Soul Knight Prequel is a prequel to the game called Soul Knight, made by the studio Chili Room. This is made apparent when there is a word prequel in its name. This whole game revolves around what the frick happened before the main game of Soul Knight, and it's an amazing game. The storytelling is absolutely dark. The text took way too long, but that's my only thing I don't like about this game, which is I think the whole point of this game, the story about the Soul Knight game, what happened before it. But that's aside the point of what I like about the game. What I liked about the game is basically the combat. One thing about the combat in Soul Knight is that it is very customizable, where you can basically do a large number of different builds. Mainly, it's combinations of two of the six starter classes. Technically, I think it's seven, but one of it's paid, so we just say it's six. And I chose the Aegis class, which focuses on surviving and sacrifices on a bit of damage. I totally did not suffer at the start of the game. It- it- uh, I'm not sure if I still have that clip from my stream. Okay. How much health does he have? My god, this guy's. This. This. Wait, he heals back! No! Okay, wait, chat, give me a bit. As you can see from the earlier footage, I did not do enough damage. That was a DPS check in a sense. My DPS was so low. He was out healing my damage. That is one of the only issues if you were to play tanks in video games. The enemy can just out heal you, and he can do nothing about it. But I mean, he can't out damage my heals, so I mean, it's an eternal standstill. Hmm. Anyways, after that roadblock, I actually managed to clear quite a bit of the game, off stream. That's the thing. I cleared the rest of like the rest of the game in off stream because the game was quite fun. I like the gameplay itself, and oh yeah, there's this skill called dash that in a sense carried me for quite a bit of the game. I think half the game, not half of all of the difficulty, but half of the first chapter off stream. I don't have footage of this because I forgot to record it. And anyways, so what this skill is called dash. Wait, no, slap. I mean, let me check. 1 a.m. later. Okay, I got a screenshot, and the movie is called Blitz. Uh, it's a really good early game skill if you know what you're doing. If you don't, then don't use the skill at all. What this skill basically does is that you it's a dash skill where it would damage anything that you pass by that passes by you as you dash. A- And the cooldowns are on I think 2 seconds at the beginning. Wait, no, it's 2 seconds on all levels. And every time you hit an enemy with that dash skill, the cooldown of that dash skill of blitz would go down by a certain percentage. Basically, there's a percentage there. The more you level it, the higher it is. And max level, it's around 66%. And basically, you just hit one enemy and you can just cast it, I think, in the next second. Less than a second, basically, because it's 66%. So just keep spamming that move. And as long as you keep hitting, you can keep getting free hits. The only issue is that there's this thing called dodge, or you missing the enemy altogether, and that's kind of annoying. That's an actual thing in the game, yes. So basically, there's this entire mechanic where, in order to stop low level players from and doing high level content, they made it so that they will miss, and I hate it. Even when you're like the same level, you can still miss. I have missed enemies 8 times in a row. Why? Why does this mechanic exist? Why? I hate it. It's bad game design. Okay, so once after you clear the main story at least one time, that's where I believe players enter the late game or end game basically. And that is when one of my viewers, when I was live on stream, youtube.com/lifehacker, or like the same YouTube channel you're watching this video on, unless someone stole it again. Anyways, what that's when one of my viewers told me about this really broken skill of the War Leech class, which is basically the combination between the the Aegis and the Warrior class. Because just now I'm not sure if I mentioned that you can combine classes. I can get two classes for each character and then you can combine them. Anyways, and the War Leech class basically there's this skill called sh- shield throwing, I think. Basically, the skill you see me using in the background, that's the skill. Uh, you just you just throw shields around and then you get free kills. It is that easy, and it is really good. Not gonna lie, just look at it. Uh, anyways, uh, late game and like end game content for this game simply boils down to two different parts: clearing harder difficulty and clearing Valkyrie. The I don't know what it's called, but use Valkyrie feathers to under it. You figure it out, probably. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about the Valkyrie thing. Basically, it's kind of like a dungeon kind of thing. Basically, everything else of the game, but instead of going through multiple floors, whatever floors, you get only one floor, like two technically. But all of the enemies are just condensed down into one stage, and you get to kill them really quickly, or like you have to because there's a time limit. And then once that timer, or you fill up a certain bar by killing people, you, you get access to a boss fight, which is the same thing as the base game. It's just tech textured different. No, it's not textured differently. It's just packaged differently, and it is really fun because you get to kill a lot of things. No, like seriously, the, you can get kill combos of about a few hundred. I think I got 300 last time. Anyways, basically every time you clear one floor of it, you get +1 to one of your stats: strength, dexterity, and intelligence, and just one, not one each, just one of them, a +1 to one of the stats, and it will automatically just balance itself out. So basically, you get, if you clear, let's say, 3 floors, you get one strength, one dexterity, and one intelligence points. And I will personally say that's the best way, or like the easiest way to get stronger in this game, because the other ways are much harder. It's uh, there's this thing called apex levels in this game, where basically once you hit the level cap of 50, any other experience you gain will go to this separate leveling system, where basically there's this, I think, skill bar kind of thing, where the more you fill up of it, the more stats you gain. And you can fill it up by using Apex points. And you can get Apex points by leveling up your Apex level, which i- is different from normal levels. Trust me, you only get Apex points from leveling Apex level, and you can only do that after level 50. Anyways, that's like the second way you can level up, or like get stronger in the late game. I would personally say that it's quite fun. And oh yeah, by the way, this is another end game content thing, right? I mentioned it just now. and that is basically clearing the whole story thing in a slightly harder difficulty, which I would say it's much. It is not really that much more difficult, or like it's not. The difficulty curve does not spike at all after like I think difficulty 2 or 3. It does not go up that much. I mean, I'm only at I think 4, so I don't think I can really say anything about it. But yeah, I think that's like the rest of it. And I mean, you can. It's just more difficulty, more layers of the Valkyrie thing. I'm not sure how far I can go into it, but I'm pretty sure I can go quite far into it. I've seen people at stage 200 plus. So, wait, no, 300. The highest I saw was 300. Anyways, uh, that's cool. So, in terms of gameplay wise, I would say this game got it in its bag, but in terms of replayability, I would say it's not that good at replayability because I personally gotta say that like, although they do encourage you to make more classes, so like other characters to kind of try other builds, I personally don't really see the point of it other than trying other builds and whatnot because it's you have to go through the early game slog, which is I'll personally have to say quite painful. Although you keep the uh, apex levels after like from character to character, you can just carry them over. I don't see it. I still don't really like the early game of this of Zone like the Zone like prequel. I don't like the early game. Late game is where things get fun. And oh yes, right, I forgot to mention the Valkyrie thing. You get a special skill power up. Uh, I think after every floor or like every stage. So that's the thing. Anyways, gameplay wise, I would say it's a really good game. There's only like one other issue, like that I've not mentioned, is that the server connection thing. Well, every few actions that you take, you get a random text that pops up saying, "Oh yeah, connection error or something." Basically, it's just a small bug. The devs are fixing it as we speak right now. I'm not sure if they will fix it by the time I upload this video. Anyways, I hope you guys really do. I hope you guys enjoy the new format. I've been doing just like a bit of gameplay, a bit of editing here and there, a bit of clips from my streams. Anyways, if you guys like watching me talk about video games, leave a like and subscribe. Oh, okay. I just suddenly remember one more thing. I want to talk about like the other parts of it because this is a mobile game. Not a lot of people like mobile games. Some people are gonna ask me if this is free to play friendly. Sorry, I'll personally say that this mobile game like Soul Knight Prequel is to to the most extent and free to play friendly. I mean, I have not paid a single cent, and I'm doing quite well actually. I personally gotta say, I feel like I'm doing decently well, even with a class that many people consider as F tier. By the way, there's an actual like tier list. I have checked it. The Wall Leech class is the worst. Like, not the worst, but like very low down on like the list tier list. But anyways, game story wise, it's a bit long winded. It reminds me of the Lyre arc, where it's basically exposition for like a really long time with a bit of gameplay. I mean, the connection error thing does make it a bit worse because after every text box, you gotta wait a bit before you can actually move on, and that kind of like ruined my enjoyment for the game, like the story part. And Other than the story not being that good, another thing I don't like that I suddenly remembered is in the Valkyrie thing. When you unequip skills or like Valkyrie skills, it will automatically like bring you back to the first tab because there's like several tabs for the kind of skills you can use. So you just bring you back all the way to the first tab, which I find slightly annoying. But other than that, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's like 15 minutes long at this point. Uh, like, well, I've already said a like subscribe thing. Hmm. Oh no, that's a second time. Hmm. Anyways, I may do this kind of video format again, like talking about other video games that I've played. But yeah, woohoo! Wait for the 16-minute mark before I go. Yeah. Here, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1.